Who would have thought that an evening initially full of musical euphoria could turn into an emotional moment that makes millions of hearts tremble? Tyler's Soul concert that thousands of spectators had been waiting for suddenly stole the world's attention, not just because of the grand stage set or the booming sound of the performance, but because of one unexpected moment. BTS's Jungkook suddenly ran up to Taehyung and hugged him tightly in front of thousands of pairs of unblinking eyes. Is it just a spontaneous expression? Or is there a hidden meaning behind the hug that only the two of them know? This question now haunts many people, especially ARMY, who has long been looking forward to a warm interaction between two friends who are also part of BTS. The cheers echoed so loudly that they drowned out the sound of the music for a moment. The cameras of the phones shook, the hands went up into the air, and tears began to fall unstoppably. Fans never imagined that at a concert that didn't belong to BTS, the two brightest stars of the group actually gave a moment that is now viral and fills all social media timelines. Even before the concert was over, hashtags like #TaehyungHug and #JungkookTaehyungMoment had already shot into Twitter's global trending ranks. Witnesses described the moments as like a scene in a romantic movie, stage lights falling directly on top of the two, Jungkook's face holding something back, then suddenly his footsteps quickened until he finally hugged Taehyung tightly. The hug was not just a greeting, but a hug full of emotion, as if there was a long story behind it that was not said in words. No wonder thousands of spectators were hysterical, some crying, some screaming, and some just kept silent with their mouths open in disbelief at what they had just witnessed. Is this a long-awaited emotional reunion? Did Jungkook resist the longing that finally exploded in the form of a hug in the middle of a concert? Or maybe there is another, more surprising reason? All speculations began to appear on the internet. Fans analyzed their facial expressions, body language, and even the intonation of their voices as the moment unfolded. To be sure, that night became a new history, not only for Tyler's concert, but also for Taehyung and Jungkook's friendship journey that is always in the spotlight. It was as if the world stopped spinning for a few seconds as the two figures embraced each other warmly, letting thousands of spectators drift away in a sea of emotions that are difficult to express in words. Understand? So you want the article to flow long without any chapter separation, so that it really feels like long news that is ready to publish. I'm going to continue the follow-up narrative straight away without writing any more chapters to keep it cohesive as a single article. The roaring cheers of the crowd in the concert arena that night still echoed for hours after the show was over. As if what happened was not just an ordinary musical performance, but an emotional confession born from the heart of a Jungkook to Taehyung. Everyone present had their own version of the retelling of how those moments made their chests tremble, how a simple hug could instantly turn into a symbol of friendship, love, as well as an unstoppable longing. The cameras that captured the moment are now circulating on almost all social media platforms, from TikTok, Twitter, to Instagram, and each piece of video only adds tears to those who watch it over and over again. What exactly prompted Jungkook to do that? Doesn't he usually tend to keep his distance in public spaces, especially when he is at an event that doesn't belong to his own group? That is precisely what made the surprise of the night even more difficult to explain. Some fans suspect that this moment is a form of longing that has been pent up, given the busy lives of BTS members who are separated by their solo schedules. Others said that Taehyung later appeared to be in need of emotional support, so Jungkook's embrace appeared to be a sincere form of spontaneity from a friend. But whatever the reason, one thing is certain. Fans were hysterical not because the hugs were ordinary, but because they felt so real and full of honesty. On social media, comments poured in, mostly with emotional overtones. "I can't stop crying, it's like a dream come true," one fan wrote on Twitter. Another added, "A hug is more than 1,000 words, they understand each other without even talking." Even many international accounts have mentioned that the moment will be recorded as one of the most valuable interactions between two BTS members outside of their official concert. And behind it all, Tyler himself, as the owner of the concert, looked surprised but also smiled watching what was happening on stage. Meanwhile, Korean and international media immediately raised big headlines about the moment. Not a few news portals highlight how simple interactions can dominate global news in a short time. Some call it strong evidence that the chemistry between BTS members never fades even though they are busy with their respective paths. Some also consider it a harbinger of other surprises in the future that involve their being together. The question hangs even more: is the hug just a coincidence, or is there a deeper meaning that they are trying to convey to the public? As always, speculation abounds. Some fans tried to connect the hug with small moments that had previously been captured on camera. For example, when Jungkook is caught on camera staring at Taehyung backstage, or when Taehyung secretly mentions Jungkook's name in a short interview. Every detail is now magnified, analyzed, and reinterpreted, as if every look and smile had a hidden story. The soldiers know very well that their relationship is more than just a coworker, but a bond built from long years of togetherness, struggle, and the same dream. When the moment was replayed in various video uploads, many fans admitted that they had goosebumps. Not only because of the sound of cheering, but because of the aura of warmth that radiated clearly from the faces of the two. Taehyung seemed to close his eyes for a moment, as if he wanted to absorb all the sincerity of Jungkook's embrace. While Jungkook, with a mixed expression between relief and emotion, as if sending a message that can only be understood by his true friend. The world seemed to be silent to give space to both to feel again the meaning of a friendship that is timeless. This moment further strengthened the belief of many people that Taehyung and Jungkook's friendship is something that is sincere, not made up, and always manages to steal the heart of anyone who witnesses it. Moreover, it happened at Tyler's concert, a place that is not BTS's main habitat, so it feels more natural and unexpected. It made a simple hug turned into a new legend that will continue to be remembered in the long history of their journey. Jungkook's sudden embrace of Taehyung at Tyler's concert was not only a sweet surprise to the fans in attendance, but also a symbol of warmth, longing, and friendship so genuine that it shook the hearts of millions of people around the world. The spotlight of the stage lights that merged with the emotional embrace is now immortalized in fans' memories, proof that their togetherness has always given birth to a story full of love and will continue to be remembered as one of the most precious seconds in the journey of two idols who never stop giving surprises.